British monarchy has witnessed countless moments of controversy, power struggles, and unexpected royal twists over the centuries. But few developments have sent shockwaves through palace corridors, quite like the reports now emerging from inside royal circles. According to growing speculation, Prince William has allegedly taken a dramatic step that nobody saw coming, one that reaches deep into the history. Books and resurrects a royal law many believe belonged to a bygone era, a law dating back to 1772, a law once used to control royal marriages. A law that, according to some observers, could have consequences reaching far beyond anyone's expectations. And at the center of the storm stands Queen Camilla and members of her extended family. Could a centuries-old royal statute really become the focus of a modern royal showdown? Could William be preparing to redefine the future of the monarchy in ways that few anticipated? Why are insiders reportedly describing the atmosphere behind palace walls as tense, uncertain, and deeply divided? Stay with us, because this story takes a remarkable turn. To understand why this alleged development has captured so much attention, first need to go back more than 250 years. In 1772, King George III introduced what became known as the Royal Marriages Act. The legislation was designed to ensure that members of the royal family could not marry without the sovereign's approval. The law emerged after concerns that royal marriages might weaken the monarchy's position or create political complications. For generations, the act became one of the most powerful tools available to the crown. It influenced relationships, it shaped royal destinies, and it often determined who could become part of Britain's most famous family. Although the original act was eventually replaced and modernized through later legislation, its historical significance remains enormous. It symbolizes something that has always existed at the heart of monarchy: control. Control over succession, control over royal status, control over who belongs inside the royal circle. And now, according to royal commentators, discussions surrounding those historic principles are reportedly resurfacing in unexpected ways. Over the past several years, Prince William has increasingly stepped into the role of future monarch. As King Charles continues to lead the institution, William's influence behind the scenes has reportedly expanded. Palace watchers have frequently noted his growing confidence, his increasing authority, and his determination to protect what he sees as the long-term stability of the monarchy. Many royal experts believe William's vision for the future centers around a smaller, more focused royal family, a monarchy built around direct heirs, a monarchy with clearer lines of responsibility, a monarchy less vulnerable to controversy. That vision has reportedly fueled numerous internal discussions regarding royal titles, official duties, and public representation. And this is where the rumors begin to intensify. Several commentators have pointed to what they describe as a broader effort to streamline the institution. In such a model, titles would carry greater significance. Public roles would become more clearly defined. Only a select group of individuals would remain at the center of royal operations. Supporters argue that such changes would modernize the monarchy. Critics, however, warn that reducing royal involvement could create tensions among those affected. Those tensions, according to speculation, may now be spilling into public view. For years, Queen Camilla's position within the royal family has been the subject of intense debate. Her journey from one of the most controversial figures in Britain to queen consort and later queen represented one of the most remarkable transformations in modern royal history. Many believe that chapter of controversy had finally ended, yet questions surrounding royal status, titles, family influence have never completely disappeared. Observers have frequently noted that public attitudes toward different royal households remain complex. Some family members enjoy widespread popularity, others face greater scrutiny, and whenever discussions about titles arise, emotions often run high. Recent reports have only added fuel to that fire. According to various royal commentators, conversations about the future distribution of royal honors and distinctions have become increasingly prominent. Discussions are said to involve questions about who should hold formal roles within the monarchy and how future generations may be recognized. Although no official announcements have confirmed the more dramatic claims circulating online, speculation itself has generated enormous attention. Why? Because it touches upon one of the monarchy's most sensitive issues: legitimacy, status, power. Sources close to royal observers suggest that William has become increasingly focused on preserving the institution for future generations. Supporters argue that such an approach is both practical and necessary. They point to changing public expectations, rising financial scrutiny, and growing demands for transparency. In their view, a streamlined monarchy is not merely an option, it is an inevitability. Others believe such reforms could have unintended consequences. Whenever titles are reviewed, questions naturally follow. Who gains? Who remains central to the royal story? And who finds themselves moved to the sidelines? Those questions have become particularly relevant whenever discussions involve individuals connected to Queen Camilla. Over the years, Camilla's relatives have occasionally found themselves drawn into media attention simply because of their connection to the royal household. Most have maintained relatively private lives. However, public fascination with royal relationships has ensured that their names periodically reappear in headlines. Now, amid renewed discussions about the future structure of the monarchy, those connections are once again attracting attention. Royal analysts have begun debating whether future generations may witness significant changes in how titles are granted, retained, or recognized. Some believe William's eventual reign could usher in one of the most substantial restructurings seen in decades. Others caution that royal tradition rarely changes overnight. But one thing appears certain: the conversation has begun. And once discussions about royal titles enter the public arena, they rarely disappear quietly, behind closed palace doors. According to persistent speculation, competing visions for the monarchy's future are reportedly emerging. One vision embraces continuity. Another embraces modernization. And somewhere between those two approaches lies the question that now dominates royal commentary. Just how far is William prepared to go? The answer, some believe, may depend on decisions already being discussed at the highest levels of royal planning. Decisions that could affect not only future generations of royals, but also individuals whose positions many once assumed were completely secure. And if the latest reports are accurate, a dramatic revelation may soon bring those discussions into the spotlight in a way nobody expected. Insiders are now whispering about a confidential review, a review that allegedly examines royal status, family privileges, and the future of several prominent titles. If true, the findings could trigger one of the most explosive royal debates in years. And what happens next may leave even longtime royal watchers stunned. As speculation continued to spread, royal commentators found themselves asking a crucial question. What would actually happen if Prince William, once king, pursued a more streamlined monarchy than ever before? The answer, according to many analysts, may have less to do with any single law and more to do with the broader direction of the crown itself. For generations, royal titles have symbolized status, tradition, and connection to the monarchy. Yet history shows that royal structures are never completely fixed. They evolve, they adapt, and they often reflect the priorities of the reigning sovereign. That reality has fueled growing debate about what William's reign could ultimately look like. Supporters of modernization believe the future king may focus on a smaller core group of working royals, placing greater emphasis on direct heirs and individuals actively serving the institution. Such an approach, they argue, would make the monarchy more efficient and easier for the public to understand. Critics, however, warn that reducing roles or reevaluating certain distinctions could create feelings of exclusion and generate unnecessary controversy. It is this tension that continues to drive headlines. Meanwhile, Queen Camilla remains a significant figure within the royal family. Her position alongside King Charles has become firmly established, and there has been no official indication that her status is under threat. Public fascination with the balance of influence inside the monarchy ensures that every rumor receives intense scrutiny. And when historic laws, royal titles, and future succession plans become part of the same conversation, speculation can quickly take on a life of its own. Perhaps the most remarkable aspect of this entire story is what it reveals about the monarchy itself. Even in the 21st century, centuries-old traditions continue to shape public discussion. Ancient statutes still capture imaginations. Historic precedents still influence debate. And decisions made hundreds of years ago can suddenly return to the spotlight in unexpected ways. For William, the challenge will ultimately be balancing tradition with modernization. Too much change could unsettle loyal supporters of the crown. Too little change could leave the institution struggling to adapt to a rapidly evolving world. That delicate balancing act may define his future reign more than any single policy or decision. For now, however, many of the most dramatic claims circulating online remain exactly what they are: speculation. No official announcement has confirmed that Queen Camilla's family faces the loss of titles. No verified palace statement has suggested that a centuries-old law is being used to target specific individuals. But the intense public reaction demonstrates just how closely people continue to follow every development involving the royal family. One thing is certain: as Prince William moves ever closer to his destiny as king, every gesture, every decision, every reported discussion will be examined in extraordinary detail. The future of the monarchy remains one of Britain's most captivating stories. And whether these rumors ultimately prove true, exaggerated, or entirely unfounded, they have already achieved one thing. They have reignited a worldwide conversation about power, tradition, succession, and the future shape of the royal family. The question now is not whether change is coming. The question is how much change the next generation of royal leadership is willing to embrace. And when that answer finally arrives, it could reshape the monarchy for decades to come. The world will be watching.